Here's my audience. Currently, at least 20 million animals are being clinically and medically tested on in the United States, according to Claire Andre from Santa Clara University. Animal testing is being used primarily to find cures for human illnesses, but along the way it inflicts pain and suffering in animals. Though these animals cannot refuse or fight back, they have rights too, just as all living beings have the right to be protected and respected. Today I'm going to talk about how animal testing wrongly inflicts pain and suffering in animals. First, I will explain why animal testing is so bad. Second, I will discuss some opposing views. Third, I will describe some alternatives. Though animal testing is fairly common and many people have heard of it, most people don't know what testing actually includes. According to the American Anti-Vivisection Society, there are many different forms of research that include painful experiments. Chemicals, known cancer-causing agents, and diseases are injected into animals. Chemicals and irritants are tested on eyes and skin, causing blisters, sores, rashes, and sometimes blindness or death. Pregnant animals are subjected to toxic environments to see what happens to the developing baby or just to see how long they survive. Most of the time, the animals used in these painful experiments are rats, mice, and rabbits, but at least 10% of these animals are other mammals such as dogs, cats, horses, and monkeys. 100% of these animals feel pain, as it is proven that all mammals have the same or similar nervous system as humans, so all mammals feel the same or similar pain as humans do. These animals don't deserve to suffer like this, and many are born into a lab life, constantly locked in small cages, and only knowing a life of testing. Even Hitler, who was unsympathetic to millions of humans, supported animal rights. In fact, he completely banned vivisection or live testing on animals. If Hitler saw it as cruel enough to ban, we should see that it is wrong. All these experiments and many more are causing horrible pain and suffering in animals, often leading to death, and most without cause, for the results do not often apply to humans. In fact, according to the FDA, there is actually a 92% failure rate in drugs approved for human use after animal testing. Animal bodies don't react the same way as ours do, producing different results. Drugs found effective in curing conditions in animals have often been clinically tried and drastically failed in humans. Arthur Allen, author for Health and Medicine on Slate, explains one of these stories. In March of 2006, London clinicians injected 6 volunteers with tiny doses of an experimental drug for rheumatoid arthritis and multiple sclerosis. Within minutes, the human test subjects were writhing on the floor in agony. The compound was designed to dampen the immune response, but instead it had supercharged theirs. Several of the men suffered permanent organ damage, and one man's head swelled up so horribly that it's been referred to as the Elephant Man trial. Other tragic cases just like this often occur with no negative effects detected in animals. Drugs are also denied because of ill effects seen in animals that may not surface in humans but could cure the illness instead. Other techniques can be used instead of cruel animal testing, such as in vitro or human tests. With in vitro testing, specific cells are grown and tested on in petri dishes. Not a single animal is harmed or killed. Another option is computer models. Though computers don't feel pain or react to drugs the same way as humans or animals do, they are a humane alternative. Databases hold tons of information that can compare new products, like a cleaner with a specific mixture of chemicals. These chemicals can be compared on a computer instead of burning a bunny's skin. And then, if these alternatives aren't enough, people could volunteer, as some already are. The opposition may argue that it is cruel to test on humans, but if it's too cruel for us, what makes it better for animals? Animals should not have to go through pain and suffering, especially when the results don't transfer to humans. If humans were used in initial experiments, mistakes like the Elephant Man trial would not have happened, and accurate results could be found faster than a trial and error from animals to humans and back to animals. If we could stop animal testing, or at least reduce it to tests with minimal pain, other methods could be used to find cures for practically any condition. Alternatives are effective and they can be applied to humans, unlike the cruel methods we use with animals. I believe alternatives should be used more extensively to replace, reduce, and restrict animal testing. By changing animal testing, we can stop pain and suffering not only in animals but also humans in failed clinical trials.